Are live.
Hey,
everybody.
what's
Welcome
up?
to Stay on Target. A couple of flukes, but we're here.
Yeah, we are.
Woo! Woo! Yes, sirree. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for joining us on this lovely Friday evening. We're a little
Yeah.
earlier than we normally are,
We really are.
but we are going to talk about quickly Clone Wars Season 7 premiere.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is here.
It is.
here.
It is here, but this is Stay on Target, a show about all things, mostly Star Wars things.
Star Wars thing.
Perfect opportunity. We've had quite a lull in between The Mandalorian and Episode 9 and In the Depths of Winter.
The depths of
Yeah.
winter.
And we're back
The eternal winter.
with a brand new season of Clone Wars,
yeah.
Yes.
which
Yes.
The depths of Hoth
yeah.
is what we are emerging from.
exactly. It kind of
The
snuck
Wampas are keeping us warm.
it kind of snuck up on us, but at the same time it didn't.
Right.
We snuck up on it.
Yeah. We snuck up on each other.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us. I am Dan. This is Nick.
I'm Nick.
And that's Dustin.
Yo,
Yo.
I'm Dustin.
And we usually don't do this so early in the evening if you're watching us live. So I have no idea if you can see us or hear us, but I imagine you can.
This is
But
probably throwing off everybody's schedule.
everybody's like, "What is going
They're
on?"
like
We're like the
eating
Twilight
cereal. Like, I can't hear them. I'm crunching too loud. I gotta eat this real fast.
Yep. And everybody's eating cereal.
Yep. Always.
They're
did it.
usually
That's
they're
all I
usually
eat for
watching
dinner.
us talk like dessert time or after
Yeah.
dessert.
Right. Now it's like right before dinner, and they're like, I
They're like,
can't
"This
miss
is
this.
Totally unnatural.
Right? What are they doing?
Did you guys have an amazing week though?
Threw off my groove.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Work was meh.
It was a busy
Other than
week.
that, yeah, it was great.
It was a busy week, but a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four.
Nick, you're living
Sure.
in a new location.
I
Don't give them
moved.
the location.
No locations.
I'm still on planet Earth.
Yay! A new location on planet Earth.
Yeah.
That's
What?
it.
That's not in the Star Wars universe.
Okay, I'm on.
Dagobah.
I mean, Babs Yoda.
Babs Yoda.
Oh wow,
Oh, man.
Well, we definitely just watched
Just.
the
just
season
us.
premiere of season 7, which is the final season of Clone Wars,
Yeah.
the Clone Wars. And
Clone
Dave
Wars.
Filoni is at it again. He's bringing the heat. He's bringing the Bad Batch is the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we enjoyed it.
BB.
We enjoyed watching it. It's a quick 24-minute watch. I think I'm going to watch it a couple more times to really let it sink in. It was,
Right.
but it kind of took you right back to like the Clone Wars.
Really did.
Right.
Non-spoilers, right? First.
We'll go non-spoilers now.
Non-spoilers
Yeah,
first, and then we're gonna do
yeah we've got
some
a spoiler alert on here if we
Spoiler
need it.
alert.
So if you see this,
Spoilers!
spoiler alert. Whoa, it's right on my face. That's not going to work.
His forehead.
Dan, you were a spoiler.
Let's
Put it
move
on my
that
face.
somewhere. There we go.
Yes.
If you see the spoiler alert on Nick, then
right
you
there.
know we're talking spoilers.
up!
But clearly at this moment we're
Disappeared.
not talking spoilers. But
Nope.
No
let's
spoilers.
jump
just-
right into it. We're gonna have a
Everybody just tuned out. They're like, they're talking spoilers. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta eat my
quick.
cereal.
Oh man.
No, non-spoilers is now. Then when you see it,
yeah.
Now we gotta wait for them to
seeping
come back.
from Nick's chest,
Then it's spoilers.
just like Alien.
Right.
Oh
We
man.
can't talk about Alien.
Can't
and
that's
Star Wars.
spoilers.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no
Not
spoilers.
No
again.
spoilers.
Don't look.
No, don't look. Stop it. You're throwing off all of the visual only
Oh, this is
listeners.
terrible.
All right. Visual only
For
listeners.
all you audio only listeners, we
can
keep
see with my
flashing up
eyes.
on the screen the text that says spoiler alert. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's
very
sorry
descriptive.
you can't see that, but
Yes.
you can hear it.
You can hear the click.
click,
Can
click.
you hear the click? I don't know if they
We can
Let's
imitate
see.
it.
Let's
Watch.
imitate it.
Let's do it.
Like,
Moo.
No, I got it right here.
Oh. Oh, you
What'd
broke
you
Oh
everything.
no, I
What'd you
screwed
do?
something up.
Oh
but
no.
we're still here.
It's
We're
broken.
thankfully we're still here, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still Friday,
We're still
and
here.
we're there on Facebook and YouTube, and we got comments
We got
of
comments
people that are
already?
hanging out with us. Was it good? Says Shield on YouTube. Yes.
Yes.
It was good.
I'll say it's
The
good.
Bad
yeah.
Batch is cool. They
Yeah.
introduce you to this. We've never seen them before. Go ahead, Dustin.
No, we've never
Yeah,
seen them.
we've never seen
we've
them.
never seen them before. I mean, unless you watched, I think they did release very rough edits of these on StarWars.com because they didn't think it was going to come out.
Right.
Oh, some basic.
I
yeah.
think. I didn't
think.
end up watching those. I watched a few of the other rough ones, so I might know some of the things that are going to happen coming up. But I thought it was well done. It looked like they borrowed from a few things. I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil anything, but it was solid. It was
Yeah.
already like a solid Clone Wars. Some of the film or not filming. I mean,
Filming.
the way they animated
Looks
even
like filming.
felt more like at least one scene in particular felt more live action like, and
More production value.
I'd
for
like
sure.
to
Yeah,
credit
yeah.
I think some of that as
Yeah.
to Dave Filoni working on The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
because
that's
we
what
got
I
a
was
lot
thinking,
more
too.
inspiration from that.
Yeah.
Which is
Although
really cool.
I wonder how much of that overlapped. I mean, I'm sure he's
Oh,
been
that's
thinking this
true.
through in his head. But animation they have to work on years in advance, so they could have been.
That's true.
Right,
They
yeah.
could
But I
have
know
had
there
that
were-
wait a long time ago.
They could have had
Yeah.
most of these done before
The whole season's done.
the
They're
whole
just,
season's done.
they're just dragging people along.
But Mandalorian, I don't know how that worked with his schedule for Mandalorian. I don't know.
Right.
I think, but they were also filming Mandalorian a year or two ago. But yeah, if you thanks Shield for the comment.
Yeah, but for answering, yes.
It's
Yes,
definitely
we
good.
all enjoyed
it's
it.
definitely
It
good.
was.
It's a quick 24 minutes. I mean, we watched Mandalorian.
Mhm.
Like, I can't believe it's so short at like 30 or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
this feels so
Right.
much
But
shorter.
this feels really short, and
Yeah,
especially
it's like-
because it's on Disney Plus, and there's no commercials.
Right.
no commercials, and it's not binge. It's not a binge episode.
Yeah,
Like,
right. You can't
Normally, I
just-
would just go right into the next episode.
Yeah.
So, but Dustin, you had a good idea. You said you guys watched the final episode of
Yeah.
season 6,
We watched the final
Mhm.
episode of
which
season
is
6. It
smart.
honestly didn't tie directly into this at all.
Right.
So I kind of wish I would have watched like a whole season or two,
Right.
but I'm gonna go back and watch them just to see the overlap because watching this episode is made me think of a few. I have questions about
Yeah, there's some
things.
people that show up
Questions.
without giving any spoilers, right?
Yeah, because it ties.
Yeah.
This
Oops,
episode
there we go.
already. I'll just say this episode already ties into.
We look great.
I would say I don't want to spoil anything, but it ties into Rebels and it ties into the Clone Wars previously. I don't think that spoils anything because I don't give it away how it ties in or anything
Should I
like
flash the spoiler
that. No,
alert?
it's
Okay,
I
never
don't think
mind.
that's
No
really a
spoilers.
spoiler. But yeah, so it's well done. I'm trying to be careful with what I say because I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, tell us what you really think about
Oh!
all the versions of you.
Oh!
Hey, we're clones
Hi.
too.
No.
So all of a sudden, I'm
Hey,
sitting
clone.
behind Nick
Hi, clone.
again.
Right.
Which ones are the
Nick,
bad
get down.
batch?
The Bad Batch.
Oh wait, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work. Oh, thankfully, I'm good.
Look, I'm just me.
There can only be one
You
Dan.
change back. Of course. Yeah, no, but it's a
but,
good
yeah,
episode.
It's a great
Yeah.
episode.
Ranking wise, just right off the bat. with
So
you
far,
guys.
it's my favorite of the season.
Yeah, me too. I would agree wholeheartedly.
The best episode of season 7 so far.
Yeah.
yeah.
so far.
I think it
Out of all of the episodes, it's kind of introductory. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
well, and I don't want to give away
without anything,
yeah, too much,
but they're setting up some things.
yeah,
The
for
setting
sure.
the stage.
There's
there's-
going to be a new arc, it seems. I mean, they're
Yeah.
tying things together, and I think this is linear. This isn't linear, actually.
no-
This is when does this take place in the?
No, this is I believe linear.
Is this linear? This
linear.
comes after 6,
Season 6?
season 6.
Yes,
definitely.
definitely
Okay.
comes after
7
season
comes
6.
after 6.
7 comes
Huh.
after 6. And if I'm not mistaken, without
Good.
spoiling the previous seasons, Ahsoka is long gone.
You just spoiled everything.
Oh man.
Ah.
You did just spoil previous seasons.
Without- is she? There's a conundrum with Ahsoka. We know that, right?
Yeah, yes.
If you watched the first 6
Clone
seasons,
Wars,
you had years
Spoilers.
to watch.
Right.
Spoilers
Haven't you
for
had
the Clone
Netflix
Wars.
for decades?
Flash that spoiler warning. Right here.
Put it on you.
right.
You did
Binge.
this.
Right here.
You did it.
I'm not clicking it fast enough.
He did it.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
boy, I am the spoiler alert. Therefore,
He's
I
the spoiler
win.
king.
No, baby Yoda. Was
Babs
the
Yoda.
spoiler.
Was there another
He
comment?
made me do it. It's, Zarhimoto said, "Yay, time for another stay on target." And
Oh,
she said on
yeah.
YouTube, "Yay, you're back.
Thanks for
Yay.
staying on target
Yay.
with us.
We're glad we're back."
Keep us on target, please.
We just talk on top of each other. Everybody's like, "We can't understand anything."
Yeah.
you guys say."
Okay. Let's all talk at once.
Talking scat.
Hey, how you guys doing? That was a good episode.
We just
The
made
end.
Say
noise.
words.
No.
We didn't even say words. Wow,
I think Dan was
terrible.
the only one that actually said stuff.
All right,
Well,
well, back
I-
to the review. Staying on target.
I rolled into it.
Staying on target. Are there
Okay.
any other comments you guys want to say that are non-spoiler?
Yeah, it's definitely a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up from me.
2 thumbs
I'm
up.
only showing 1.
Introduce some
Look at that,
characters
there's
that
a
I
third
thought
thumb.
I thought were interesting. They definitely had some. It looked like outside influences.
Yeah,
a lot
sure.
of the show felt. I don't think that's a spoiler, but it felt. We all said kind of Halo.
Halo.
Looked a
in
little
some
Halo,
ways.
yeah.
it was. Very
Oh.
Halo.
It felt very Halo-ish in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
but even the planet and what they were doing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I like that it feels like it picks up right where it left off. That's the thing I always love
Yeah.
about Clone Wars. It's like that intro sequence right off the bat. You know, it's got the voice, the announcer voice.
Yeah, that announcer
Um,
voice is classic.
Yeah, it just gets you right into the mood, right into the feeling. Even some of the cinematography that they were doing right off the get-go seemed a little bit more. I don't know how much they are already before, but it seemed like they had a higher budget because of how much was in it.
Yeah.
It just looked a lot more cinematic.
was a lot of
in
cinematic.
ways. But it felt like classic, like no time had passed between
Right.
season 6 and season 7, other than like
But a lot of time did.
a lot of time.
Well,
Definitely,
and think of the
did.
technology that has come a long way since that season
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 that they had to work with.
What year was that released?
14 or something like that.
14?
Yeah,
15, 14, something like that.
yeah.
Right around the time that Disney
I wasn't even
Disney
born
bought
yet.
Star Wars, right?
You weren't even born yet.
Wow, Nick.
Looks like we got another
Okay,
comment out
We
there.
got another comment.
Thanks
so
for commenting, people.
Thanks for
Yeah,
chit
keep
chatting with us here.
Keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Keep it going.
Keep it coming.
All right, Carla Hawkins on Facebook. Good evening to you all as well. Happy Friday.
All is
Oh,
well.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to
Happy
you as
Friday.
well.
Happy Friday.
Oh man, I'm glad it's Friday. You guys glad it's
Viernes.
Friday?
Yeah, we're happy it's
Viernes?
Friday.
I'm super glad.
I mean,
are you?
Friday, Viernes in Spanish.
I'm pretty sure that's
that's
verde and it's sauce. No, I'm just joking. No, green.
Viernes. Yeah, lunes,
Viernes.
martes.
We apologize to any
miércoles,
Spanish speaking
jueves,
people out there that
viernes,
we're slaughtering.
Sábado,
us.
sábado,
Lunes,
domingo.
Martes, miércoles, jueves,
If you know,
viernes.
Yes.
let us
Sábado.
know what Friday is in Spanish.
Let us know what day it is if you're
¿Dónde
where you
estamos?
are watching this.
Yes.
we need to know
Viernes.
what day
In the
it is.
future,
Maybe you're
in the past.
I think Australia. It's already Saturday.
Yeah.
They're
Is
like,
that what
oh,
it is?
Friday's so yesterday.
Saturday, people. It's tomorrow in Australia.
What are we saying?
Welcome from the past.
Oh, I think we got another
Hello
comment
to
on
the
YouTube,
future.
I
but
think we're a little.
we're off target
Off
tonight.
target.
We're really.
We don't know where we're at on this lovely night. But Dustin, back to the show.
Yeah, back to the
And
show.
Nick, what do you think, Nick, about the animation continuation? We just talked about how the cinematography looks pretty smooth, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you notice a big difference?
You're the
Or
art guy here.
A big
'Cause
difference.
coming from like
You're the fart guy. Sorry, that was rude. Art.
I
we
mean, it
just
was a
watched the
little-
movie last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
I mean,
you
oh,
notice some difference?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
obviously more detail and whatnot.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
because
It
it
looks like
it starts
even-
out rough, but then like as the years go by, they get more detail
Yeah,
and
for sure.
better
Yeah.
technology.
Technologically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, technologically.
What's that? in Spanish?
Technologically. I
Technologica.
haven't probably.
Yeah, probably something like
Probably
that.
something.
Yeah.
But I like
Is it
this
feminine or
episode.
masculine?
Technologico.
I don't know.
I don't
I like this episode though because it has one of my favorite things, and that's action.
know. Yes.
There's a lot of action.
You're never
call.
missing
And
action.
I was like, ooh, this is nice.
and it's hard not to picture. You
was.
even said watching it, you're like, man, can you imagine this being live action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It would be amazing if it
great.
was live action.
It'd be Facebook,
It,
YouTube.
it would be amazing in live action.
Earlier they wrote
Disney.
YouTube, Facebook. So
YouTube, Facebook.
Switch
Disney,
around.
Disney, please
wow,
give us
we just
a
jumped off target.
yeah, we did.
Disney,
we-
please give us a live action
Oh my gosh.
Stormtrooper
Dude, could you imagine?
Even if you just do like,
series.
They
or even
read-
if you just do like
yeah.
one of the arcs.
Yeah.
Seriously,
do
just
it
do
live
one of the
action.
arcs.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Make that a movie.
just remake the whole Clone Wars.
All right,
Yeah,
so
do it.
Carla is a good Spanish speaker. She said, un feliz dia viernes, amigos. I think that means happy
And
Friday.
happy Friday.
Can you also
Happy
write
Friday,
the translation?
friends. Oh, there is a C translation. Oh,
there it is.
okay.
Oh,
Look at
Let's-
that. See translation.
Let's see it. It won't let me
This
see
is
it.
what it translates to
I
if you're on
can't
the
s-
ocean.
Eventually, I'll be able to
The
click
sea
on it.
translation.
oh my God.
A C translation.
I'm full of
Wow.
jokes.
Wow.
Oh man, he's the
Oh.
jokes man tonight.
I drank so much caffeine
And
before.
you're not
this.
even a dad.
Oh man,
Yet.
but
Well,
that was a fun
Ah.
episode.
Just joking. That's terrible.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you want to jump into like a minute or two of spoilers?
Yeah, we definitely need to go into spoilers.
All right. Before we
That's
get too
what we've
far,
all
let's
been
throw out
waiting
the
for.
Spoiler
Yeah.
warning here.
Well, no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Well, if you do want to tune out but want to watch us, just mute your phones or tablets
It
or
will
whatever
be-
you're watching this on.
A lot of Italian talk.
A lot of Italians talking. Hey, what's the matter
Hey,
for
what's
you?
the matter you?
Hey, spaghetti.
Now we're insulting the Italians.
Yep. There's
The Spanish, the Italians. Who else can we throw in there? Oh, yeah, we already said the
Getting to it.
Australians.
Right. Good
It's
eye, mate.
definitely
Good eye.
going to be spoilerific now. So you see the spoiler alert on the screen. We're just going to talk for a minute here on some particular things that happened in the episode that we did like and what that could mean for going forward for Clone Wars in this season, like where the arc might take us.
Arc.
Yes.
First of all,
Let's just spoil this thing.
jump in.
All right, you've been warned.
1 minute.
Warned.
Yep. We have
One
given
minute
you
of
plenty of
spoilers.
warnings. No.
Uno minuto.
Okay, so there's a lot. Actually, there's a decent amount to talk about with this
Yeah.
episode. We're going to be
Yeah.
brief about it.
Yeah.
But
Dive right
right
in.
off the bat, again, cinematography was great. We
Yeah.
start off. There's Mace Windu. There's Anakin. They look different. They actually do look a
They
little
do
bit
look a
better,
little different.
I think. And
Yeah.
Anakin's a lot closer to Episode 3, which that's
Yeah.
why I mean linear. They're a lot farther.
You're right.
They're a lot closer to Episode 3
Mm-hmm.
versus where 6 left off. His hair is a lot longer. He's got the scar, which I think he already did have the
already did,
scar,
yeah.
but he looked a lot more menacing. There was a moment between Rex and
him.
Anakin that
Yeah.
you were like,
There's some
Huh.
tension.
some
there.
tension. But
Yeah,
at the same time,
tension.
I think it was just because he was picking up now that we know further in the episode that Rex is thinking about Echo, which
Yeah.
if you don't know who
Yes.
Echo is, Echo is in I forget what season. It's it's in the middle somewhere of
3, 4,
Clone
5.
Wars,
Yeah.
but they think he dies. He kind of sacrifices himself
Mm-hmm.
in the Citadel, and I forget what
Mhm.
planet it is, and that's why I really need to go back and watch them all.
Yeah, we do.
But
Yes. For sure.
so but five or not fives
Fives.
sorry
Sorry, Fives.
Mm.
sorry fives
They
We're
did have a,
spoiling.
they did
Too
have a
soon,
moment.
man.
They
Too
did have a
soon.
moment to
that was
Yeah.
cool.
Remember
I like
fives.
that. I like
Yeah.
that moment. But Echo is still alive apparently, and actually we know that if you've watched Rebels. We
Yeah.
know that. That's
Mhm.
kind of a spoiler for Rebels. Whoops.
Oops.
But we're
Put it
just
on
spoiling
him.
everything.
Put the spoiler on.
Yeah,
him.
now I
Spoiler-
deserve.
You earned the spoiler alert.
Yes.
Yay.
Now we gotta make T-shirts like that.
on our eyes.
What is
Spoiler
the
alert.
Spoiler
other,
glasses.
oh shoot, the two guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, spoiler alert.
But yeah, so that was cool right off the bat. But yeah, I think that's what
Yeah, that's
Anakin. I think that's what Anakin was sensing from Rex. I think
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
sensing, but Anakin already looked way darker. Like he just looked more angry.
Yeah,
Like they
looked a
designed his
little more
character
angry.
to
Yeah.
look more angry in a lot of
For sure.
ways. I think that was an interesting start.
Well, they didn't. I just found it interesting that I know they're talking about the Bad Batch, which we did
Mm.
see within the first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this crazy plane comes flying in. But I thought it was interesting that they didn't get into Anakin really right away. I know it's Clone Wars, so they're going to give you clones.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what they did right at the first episode.
Yep.
Mhm.
So they're like, hey, this is Clone Wars,
They
not
know what we
Anakin
want.
Wars.
Yeah.
So they didn't give us really much Anakin spoilers.
Right.
But yeah, you're
And
right. They-
Mace right off the bat.
But
Mace
they
did-
Windu, and
Yeah, and
in a
Mace-
huge battle. It looked a lot more like Episode 3. That battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
There was so much going on in
Yeah.
that. It was really
Right.
cool looking.
It was really cool.
really
We got
like
to
that.
see all our favorite droids,
Got a
all our
Facebook
favorite people.
Yeah.
Oh, Sydney, hi Dustin. Looking forward to seeing you in the fam tomorrow.
Nice.
Maybe.
Yeah. Good seeing you. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining us.
Thanks for joining us. We're definitely live here. I think we're still live.
Are
Yeah,
we
we're-
live?
Yeah,
Out there.
we had an
Are
S-
we
Oh,
alive?
okay. I just had audio looping back through the headphones,
Oh,
but we're
man.
not there anymore.
Wah,
So
wah,
thank you
wah.
for
So it was a
joining us.
spike.
We're clones.
We're just clones, yeah.
We are.
But anyhow, there is a couple of extra Dustins and Nicks around here
Oh
somewhere.
no, clones.
Hey.
Clones! It's Clone Wars.
Clone
Who's gonna
Wars.
win?
We gotta fight each other.
If you hit
Yeah.
yourself, do you win? Oh man,
Okay.
it's Clone Wars. All right,
Wow.
but we're
On
still
to spoiler talk.
spoiler
still.
alert.
Yeah.
Still going on here.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
No, it's not the end.
Did you see
Oh,
the
okay.
episode out there? How about you? Have you seen this
Have you
episode
seen it?
yet?
Did you
Probably
like
not.
it? Let us know in the comments below.
Let us know in the
Yeah.
comments below. That rhymes.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Let us know
I'll be
in
here.
the comments below.
What do you think
A little bit
about
longer.
the Bad Batch?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Introduce them. There's a lot
Very
of things. I'll let
interesting.
you talk
Fun-
about
fun
it. I have to
stuff.
talk
No,
about
yeah,
it.
you
All right.
talk. Keep talking.
We
You
want to hear.
talk.
We want to hear Nick's Bad Batch take.
Oh, I like them.
Which one was your favorite?
Classic.
There was
Oh,
4 of them or
gosh,
5
yeah.
of them.
I gotta remember their
Four.
names. There was 4.
There's
Okay,
4.
yeah.
There was
Tech. Oh,
Tech, Wrecker,
Snipe. Who
yeah,
was
what
the
was
snipe?
the
Crap.
Crosshair.
Crosshair. Yeah.
Crosshair.
Crosshair
Who's the
and
leader?
Hunter.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, like associate what their characters seem like they're pulling inspiration
Wrecker
from.
is like Drax from Guardians
Yeah,
of
it
the Galaxy.
felt like
He's just
Drax.
a big dumb brute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tech.
Big
I don't
dumb
know-
brute.
Big dumb brute. I don't know who Tech's based off of. He's just a
it's-
smart.
Yeah, there's
techie
so
guy.
many like
He's almost
He's like-
droid-like.
Yeah, he's like, I know everything and you know nothing.
but it's
Yeah,
kind of like
exactly.
a battalion like that
He's
where
humble, though.
people specifically have their specific traits,
Yeah.
have their specific traits
Specifically have their
Specifically.
specific traits
that helps
on a
them
specific day
in certain
in a
situations.
specific
Yeah.
universe.
but it's cool because
Specifically.
they're called the Bad Batch because they are
They're altered clones.
like
well, they're
they call themselves the Bad Batch because they have admirable defects.
yeah.
So
Right.
like Wrecker's huge, so he kind of lacks in his brains a little bit. He's not
Yeah.
dumb, but he's just more like
Brute-ish. Yeah.
brute.
He's a brute.
And
acts
but he's a
before
lot
he
bigger
thinks.
and way
Yeah.
stronger. I mean, he
Oh my
picked
goodness.
up the ship, which was
Yeah.
crazy.
That was a
and
cool
Crazy
part.
strong.
strength.
I thought he picked it up completely, but he just pushed it over.
He just
but,
pushed it.
But I thought he picked up the whole ship. I was like,
Yeah, and then he had a
he's
good
Drax.
and then he had a good comedic moment after.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. That was funny.
There was some good.
There's
comedic
some
moments.
good laughs in this one,
Yeah,
actually.
there were.
But Hunter is definitely Rambo.
Rambo,
I mean, right?
definitely.
We can
He's-
say he's
For
Yeah.
sure.
Rambo.
He's even got his
He's
Bowie
got the
knife.
blade, the
Yeah.
Bowie
Yeah,
knife,
he's like
which is Electro Blade, which
Yeah.
is like our fan film, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Noise.
But it looks way cooler.
based on
They're
Sly
just taking all
himself.
your ideas.
They are. They just watch their thing. I think we're
Darn
just,
you, Dave.
I think what
Filoni.
it is they have no idea who we are, but
They have no idea
You think
who we
that's
are.
what it is?
right?
we're Italiano.
It's Italian.
Hey.
Hey, don't
No,
worry
but
about it.
I think we're just on the same page with them in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
'Cause we
I
love
think-
Star Wars and they love Star Wars, and
Yeah.
we pulled from things from lore,
yeah.
and I think it just has synced up well in a lot
Well,
of
there
ways.
are things that
Maybe we're just tooting our own
some
horn.
of the movies don't seem to want to get into.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
except that Vibroblade. Wasn't
That
that in
Vibro-
episode 9? Or that was
Vibroblade
Mandalorian.
It was a
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
there you go.
I don't think they really had
Vibroblade.
them in.
They don't.
any of the-
They don't like to expand the Star Wars horizon in the movies. It doesn't seem.
No.
They're
Other-
a
in,
little
like-
hesitant.
in like kind of knockoff way somehow. They did have the Electro staff in episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they technically had like the axe decapitation axe thing in episode 8.
Yeah.
Right.
The
That's true.
executioners, right?
Executioners
Yeah,
thing,
but
yeah.
but none of it sticks because they never use them. That's
Right.
I mean, they
Yeah.
use the Electro thing, but it's kind of like okay, it's
Well,
a riot
Do you think
baton,
it's just
but
Yeah.
it's electrified,
Do
which
you think it's
was
just
cool, but I don't know.
just because it's a movie and they can't really fit like a lot of stuff? in
Yeah,
it?
I think that's
Yeah.
part of it. But
spoiler
but
alert is off for a minute.
I think that's part of it. But
Oh.
you can still add more things, even if
Right.
they don't use it a ton. Even
Yeah.
if they just have them there and do use them at some point. I think you do need to have them use them. Episode 8, I guess they did have some newer weapons with
Yeah.
the guards, the red what are
Yeah.
they?
Red guards?
Yeah, they had the
Praetorian guards.
Praetorian Guards type people. They had their version of
Yeah.
nunchucks.
Yeah, it was like, but they had
Knife
so
trucks.
many different weapons.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, they fought with it for so little of a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
hard to get attached to things if they don't use them very much, but it still fits. I don't know. I guess it's just not as memorable. for
Right.
So
me
let's
in a lot
finish
of
the
ways.
spoiler talk. The
Yeah.
big hook, it looks like that they're setting up. You talked about Echo.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like that's going to be one of the arcs.
Arcs
maybe?
for this one
Yep.
because, like I said, they show Echo in Rebels.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
Oh,
alive in
yeah.
Rebels, and I thought earlier on in Clone Wars they show that he's alive,
Maybe.
but Rex doesn't know that.
Right.
So I think basically they're setting up. Well, and the big thing was they couldn't win any advantages because Rex basically figured, even though it sounds crazy to him, but apparently it's true, is that Echo and him came up with battle strategies, so they couldn't win because Echo's giving them their battle strategies. It seems like so
Yeah.
something's going on there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Echo lost his memory and is a little loopy after basically being exploded. So
Basically.
I
yeah.
haven't been exploded in a long time.
Yeah.
I
So
wonder how
that's
loopy
kind
I
of
would
the big. So they the Bad Batch was basically there
Yeah.
to be unpredictable
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Rex and them.
They
and
were.
so then they got behind enemy lines and were trying to figure out what was causing things.
Who
and
did
I'm-
they say sent the Bad Batch to that area? Who? They didn't say who sent them.
No, Commander Cody's the one who called him in.
he
yeah.
did call them
He
in
called
for some
him
help.
in for some help because I think they realized that somebody was they both realized that somebody was recognizing their strategies that they had been using, which also leads me to that spider dude. I forget his name, but he is in an
Yeah.
earlier
Spider guy.
episode. He's in earlier Clone
He
Wars.
is. I recognized him instantly too.
Yeah, and he goes up against Anakin on ship
Uh-huh.
to ship battles, and I think
Mm.
that's when Anakin has to
Space.
use the
What was that?
tiptoeing. I think
Our alarm clock.
that's when Anakin has to use that invisible ship
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
to get behind enemy lines and take out that
Mm.
spider dude, and that's why he was a little bit more robotic because
Yeah.
that spider dude gets blown
He's
up.
been put back together too. Wow.
They all get blown up in this.
Right.
There's a lot of
Everybody's getting
things
blown
put
up.
back together.
Everybody's getting blown
I have a
up.
feeling
Exploded.
Darth Maul's going to show up again, and we
And
know
gonna
he
get
got
blown
blown
up.
up.
They get blown
They
up.
get blown
Be
up.
fine.
Only at the bottom.
Everybody just turns half robotic in this.
Oh,
Right
man. Ariane jumped in on Facebook and said, I'm looking forward to watching it soon. And then I'll have to go back and
Nice.
listen to the spoiler section of this Stay on
Jazz.
Target episode, LOL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
If you haven't seen it, watch it.
yes,
watch it
it's very good.
first.
Watch
Yeah,
it.
It's worth
Watch
it.
it first.
Just a quick watch.
If you're already
If
at
you
this
get-
point, you've already been spoiled.
Right.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Unless they're jumping around, but it's still
I
worth
do
watching, even if
apologize.
we kind of spoil because
Oh,
there's so
yeah.
much going on. There's
Yeah.
so many cool
And
things.
Brady
they do.
jumped in and said, I watched it today and I loved it. I've only watched season 1 of Clone Wars,
Oh snap!
but I'm going to catch up while watching season 7 at the same time. That's cool.
That
Yeah,
is
you're in the
cool.
same
It
boat.
You
is
know,
worth watching.
Star Wars
I
is
watched it here and there.
Star Wars is okay to watch. They told you Darth Vader was Luke's dad, and then they did the prequels.
Right.
You're like, I wonder who this guy's gonna be, Anakin. You know, so I think that's okay to do.
Anakin.
Good job, Brady.
Yeah, yeah. It's that the Clone Wars is worth watching. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it starts off a little not to the par that it gets to.
Yeah.
It gets to some super epic stuff in the show.
Yeah.
And like I said, some of the sequences, and I really like when they get more serialized in the show because I feel like they finally find their groove in like season 2, 3.
And they
think
continue
two's with
on
Cad Bane,
linear,
and then they go more linear from there. But then they have the 3 series arcs
or
or longer
episode
arcs.
Yeah.
that tie in together. And this one's definitely going to be an arc,
Oh yeah.
which
for
I'm
sure.
already happy about because I like the longer arcs because then it starts to feel more like a movie
Yep.
in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. Or they have a lot more time to develop things and things can happen and you know what happened the last week and can go into it. And then they'll probably pick a whole new thing to cover. But it
Right.
doesn't have to tie in completely directly because they can pick and choose where they want to go in the timeline.
Exactly.
And they can pick what characters and what events. So that's what's fun about the show in a lot of ways.
That's the beauty of filmmaking right there.
Yeah, it really is. And a show.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
show
Brady liked it.
animated.
He's only seen season 1,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
true.
watched season 7, and he enjoyed it.
And it just
Yeah.
gets better
So-
from after season 1. It just goes
And
way up.
I'm sure what we're spoiling now maybe it will hurt Brady's future, unless he's not listening. But you know, the Echo situation, he hasn't seen that yet in the
Right.
series. So hey, there's a lot of questions, but you know something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not totally spoiler. You're like, oh, I wonder who this guy was.
Yeah.
What's that all about? And the spoiler alert is off. So
Yeah.
All right, we won't
No
talk
more
any
ain't no more
spoilers.
talking about spoilers. But wow, that was a fun episode
Yeah, it
and
was.
fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For
I,
sure.
I, had-
Definitely.
I pulled up a picture here of the episodes for season 7 in the release schedule,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and they can't see it on the screen. But
You want to read them off?
yeah, why
real
not?
fast?
It's
Oh,
actually,
you don't
I
have
could
to.
pull it in.
Read 'em
Keep
in
talking,
Spanish.
Dustin, while I pull it in
Oh, okay.
Spanish.
I'm looking forward to. Oh, I did want to say about the episode, not that it's a spoiler, but some of their armor and stuff like that was reminiscent of. I don't know if I said that already. Of Halo. It
Halo,
really reminded
yeah.
me of Halo. In a lot
It had
of
a
ways.
really
But it was really cool.
Halo feel to it.
And we said when we were watching, we were like, "Oh, I wonder if Dave Filoni was playing Halo whenever he,
Right, yeah.
whenever he made this."
Exactly.
Which is fine with me. Why not mix some of the designs and stuff like?
Yeah.
Still super Star Wars. The whole thing is
Oh,
super
yeah.
Star Wars, and it's that in the trenches feel like you're
Yeah,
you're in the
exactly.
battle.
You're in
and
the
that's
action.
The thing that we love.
Yeah.
All right, you got it up there.
Speaking of which, Dustin's face is
Ooh,
gone.
Dustin's face.
All right, let's get back to the
Hey, schedule.
the
Hey,
schedule here. So it looks like, yeah, there's some stuff.
demonetized.
Yeah, I did read the article that it was getting. Final season, Clone Wars debuting. Yep, today. Okay, every Friday after that until May 8th. Until May 8th, people.
May.
A new episode will appear on the streaming
May-
service. Additional episode titles for the first half of season
Wow.
7 have been revealed as well.
So how many
So this
episodes
is-
is that?
The first half is
12.
that's 12 episodes.
12 episodes.
That's a
dang.
full season.
That-
That's
Yeah.
almost double of the Mando.
Wait, that's
Double
just, that's just
Mando.
one
Yeah.
half.
No, 12 is the full.
Oh, 12 is the full.
6 is
Okay.
half. Yeah.
They're doing 24 episodes. Holy cow!
So-
Wow.
Which sometimes I think the
awesome.
other seasons are like more like 18 or 24.
Yeah, I thought so.
Even episode 6 or season 6.
I think it's longer. I don't remember though. No,
I guess we'll find out.
we will find out.
But as you can see here, I thought this was interesting. I don't think it's spoilery. Probably not.
Yep.
But you've got a Bad Batch. Number 2 is a distant echo. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know what that
Oh.
means, but
I
we'll
don't know
find
what that
out.
means.
And then you get on the wings of the Kiridax. So we
Weird.
get some
Kiridax.
new species.
That sounds
maybe.
cool.
Kiridax.
And episode 4 is the unfinished business.
Mhm.
And then the 20th is going to be Gone with a Trace and Deal No Deal. Deal No Deal
Howie Mandel.
on March 27th. And that gets us
Copyright
all
strike.
the way through March, and then we're into
Deal, no
April.
deal.
Wow. 13
episodes.
Oh,
of
there are 13.
Nice job, fact
Okay.
checker.
Yeah.
Checker.
So I
Fact
guess
checker.
season 7 is kind of like 6. Then they're just kind of repeating it.
Yeah.
I mean, those episodes in season 6 were amazing.
Oh,
There's a lot
there
that
was
happens.
some deep stuff,
Yeah.
and they canonized a lot of lore that was out
Oh,
there.
yeah. It's
Legends.
Canon and launched it.
Legends and lore and all that good
Launch.
stuff.
Canonized.
But wow, well, we are
Yeah.
doing a quick episode tonight instead
Yeah.
of our typical long
hours.
episodes.
Yeah, typical
But we
2
did want to
hours.
jump on live because of the excitement
Oh
of
yeah, we
this
wanted to get everybody's thoughts.
season 7 opening episode.
Yeah, let's
and
keep the conversation going too.
please do.
If you guys have any thoughts, comments, put them in the comments below. Put them in
Yes.
Facebook. We love to hear them. We always
Yeah.
read everybody's comments, and we'll respond to you guys. So
Yeah, we'll
we
definitely
can
get
keep
on.
the conversation going that way.
Yeah, let us know if you got a chance to see it or not, and maybe.
Also, sorry if we spoiled anything.
Sorry if we
Yes.
we put the spoiler alert
Right.
and
Literally
Multiple
couldn't-
times.
Couldn't pause it.
we
so they're
couldn't
like,
click it. We're like, oh no!
And for all
Spoiled.
you visual
But I don't think we spoiled
Visual
like an
listening.
insane amount. They're still gonna be like, I don't really get it, you know.
Right, yeah.
But it's cool to see all the cool
Yeah.
new things that they added to this episode. And
I like this episode. It's exciting to see where they're going. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
I just jumped on what you were saying. Keep
no
going.
the overall look of
Shun.
everything. It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really
Yeah.
good. It'll be cool to see
How it
who else they bring in. I mean, from the trailer, you know they're gonna bring in some other characters that we're familiar with.
And caricatures.
Caricatures. And we don't know what the last 6, because I mean, what is this? Like, we got Endgame and the end of all that. Then we get the end of the Skywalker saga. Now we
Right.
get the end of all the Clone Wars
Right.
Yeah.
ever.
Lots of
A
endings.
lot of endings, yeah.
What the new beginning of the Mandalorian?
Yeah, there you go.
But
Oh, and they
his-
did just release a bunch of information about, or a lot of merch for the Mandalorian. They're
Yeah.
releasing a lot of merch
Mando
for the
merch.
Mandalorian and for season 7. They have a lot of merch
Seriously?
for season 7.
Interesting.
Clone Wars.
We got to get on that.
I know, we really do. I already
Get
want
some
to.
Mando merch?
I want
Is that
the
what you're
Baby
saying?
Yoda.
They're gonna release a Lego Razor Crest.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really?
That was one of the things that they were showing.
I would
But-
totally own that. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
probably I might
Oh,
I'll wait
have
for
to get it.
the Ultimate Collector's Edition.
Yeah, right.
The
But-
scale size.
Where did you find the merchandise?
It was-
there's some
oh,
Hot
man, I-
Topic. It looks like I see on.
They had like a
online.
press release thing for it, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, the child merch from
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Mandalorian is here.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. But
I'll look at them.
All right. So
anyway,
let's do
back
this.
to the
Yeah.
Stay on Target.
Stay on
target.
Man, the show is so aptly named.
I know, right?
We get off. We're
That's-
like,
oh, man.
we're like
where the
dogs
funny
and
is.
squirrels.
Well, I was just trying to pull it in while we were
Squirrel.
talking about it because we got another minute here till we have to shut down. But
Shut her
Had to
down.
shut her
let's see if
down.
we can shut her
Yeah, What
down.
else are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
maybe we'll cover some more of just the merch and Mandalorian and Clone War stuff that's coming up.
Whoa,
'cause
that's humongous.
there is a lot.
Whoa!
Copyright strike.
Right. Still right.
All right,
Yep.
let's make this
That's all they're
thing
seeing right now.
Yep.
work.
It's just Baby
It's a
Yoda
better
talking
show
to you.
than-
Yeah.
This is the inner dialogue of Baby Yoda.
Oh man! All right, so here we go. Sorry, Nick, you're
just-
covered up.
I am Baby Yoda. Hello,
It's
world.
cool.
They are obviously there's some Mando merch they're going to be coming out with.
I am
The
super
child is
still.
here. That's exciting. Look at all those children.
Oh my goodness. The
I don't know
Sims.
what that is. The poster book.
Oh,
I have
gosh.
no idea what that is, but
Oh
it,
my
it
goodness.
looks
What
interesting.
What is happening?
Hey, there you go. There's
I
the
don't know.
poster book.
All right,
All
and we're
right.
off again.
Yep. We're looking at stuff. All they see is.
Yeah.
No, they see it.
Oh,
They-
okay, they see it.
They
Okay.
see
They
it.
see
yeah.
it, yeah. But
I
now they
thought you-
don't.
I thought you
You're
just
done.
had the-
No more
Okay.
for you.
No
Yeah,
more for
right.
you. That was just a preview.
No more.
Yeah, we'll cover more of that. in
Yeah, we'll
another
have to bring
episode.
that up here soon. Dustin
Well,
was
You know,
scrolling
we'll
Vanna
just
White.
buy. We'll just buy everything.
Yeah, I
guys.
totally was scrolling Vanna White.
Oh man.
Just call me Dustin White.
He's he's a hand model.
Doesn't sound-
He's a hand
Just call
model?
me Dusty White.
All right. Well, on that bombshell,
What bombshell?
we might as well finish it. What bombshell? It's always a
Copyright strike.
bombshell. All right, we're gonna get out of here
Oh.
quickly before anything
Yeah.
falls to pieces, falls to ruins again.
It always does.
It always does.
It always does.
Right after, you should see it after this show.
It's crazy.
We literally
Yeah.
fall over
Literally,
and the
the
place
room just
explodes
falls
every
apart.
time. We all
Panels
get
come off the wall.
we all get blowed up.
Burn it with fire!
But thanks again for joining us on
Yep.
Stay on Target Friday night. The shortest
loves
show we've
you.
done in 2 years. Nick loves you.
I hope you love me too. I need
I think he does. Anybody want to see
Babs Yoda.
Yoda?
Oh, thanks for hanging out with
Thanks
us,
for hanging
guys.
out.
Email from Star Wars and be like,
You guys want to
"What
do
are you
your
guys doing?"
signature?
No.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll write my name.
Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Send us money.
Check us out on Instagram.
If
you
do
can
want
donate
support,
to
you
us.
can do that.
If you like these videos and you want to see more content, because we have tons of ideas.
We do.
Just not always the finances to
And
do
they
them.
all lead to certain death.
They all lead to certain death.
That's
So if you'd like to
painful.
donate,
Yeah.
we have a link in the description. And you can also contact us through our email, which is also in the description, because every time I say it, I get it wrong. No,
Yeah.
I remembered. stayontarget.contact@gmail.com.
Exactly. That's it.
Boom!
Let me pop it up on the screen so they can see it in case they
It was
don't know
wrong.
how to spell that.
No, I got it right.
It is Stay on Target.
Yeah,
Dot
so-
contact.
Now say it
Send us an
backwards.
email just because.
Just because.
Anyway, thanks for
All
checking us
right.
out.
thanks for checking. Oh, check it
Wait.
This has been Stay on Target, Clone Wars edition. There's all 5 of us. We're gonna say
Yay!
goodbye for now
Goodbye.
and
All right.
do your
Clone
outro.
Wars. Stay
But-
on target.
Stay on target.
Loosen up.
They came from behind.
There's so many hands.
I know, right? So many. Too many hands. All these hands. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. Hands.